Hello, everyone. Uh, we are currently out just outside the Barber's Village. We are heading over to the Altar of the Almighty. Um, I still don't feel very good. I apologize if the stream quality is less for that, but I really enjoyed streaming regardless, so I hope it's not affecting your enjoyment too much. I'm trying to mute myself as much as possible. If I need to cough or sniffle. I like how there's just walking corpses around and people are just like, whatever. Your enjoyment is positively affected? The thing's called an ulcer? The fuck? You guys ain't got nothing. That's a mud puppet. Aw, oh, damn. What is this, Silent Hill? Well, Silent Hill doesn't even have zombies walking around. So that's one cool thing about Silent Hill. It manages to be scary, but it doesn't actually have zombies strolling around. Oh, I managed to get by one at least. There we go. Alright. Ah, I made the right choice. Damn it! I didn't say the monsters in Silent Hill weren't. That's true. The ulcer, I suppose. It's very Silent Hill-like. To be fair, cancer is kind of like insane cells. Oh, look at this. Found the, Oh, I'm glad you finally arrived. Your efforts in fighting the local monsters certainly eased our passage. There's no doubt about that. How's that? You guys got here before we did. I cannot allow myself to become sleepy. I'm taking part in the grown-ups' council this evening. I'd always imagined that the Almighty would be restored as soon as we arrived at the altar, but it appears this is not so. A ritual must be performed in order to restore him. A ritual requiring the use of 2 sacred items from the cave near the lake to which we travel. Word has it that my Torben will do nothing to ward off the monsters in that cave. It seems we really need to rely on your prowess with the sword instead. You may not be roamers, but you too are on a lengthy journey, much like ourselves. The end of our own journey is in sight. Once we have restored the Almighty to his rightful place, our travels will be over. Your journey, on the other hand, may yet just be beginning. Tomorrow we arrive at the lake, in whose depths lie the altar of the Almighty. Restoring the Almighty requires more than just mere presence, however. According to the ancient text, 2 special objects must be used. Objects that are found in a cave near the shore of the lake. I wonder whether young Lala and the others have departed yet. Poor Florin is terribly worried about her. He does love her, you know. There's no doubting that. Most would be disappointed not to have been marked by the Earth Spirit. But not Florin. He takes great delight in that fact. After all, if he were one of the marked, it would be impossible for him to marry young Lala. Hey, seed of ability. Yeah, you got Steps of Faith. That's unfortunate. Whenever we remember to set up camp for the night, we hang about these protective chimes about the perimeter. They usually do enough to dissuade the less powerful monsters from attacking. Shh, please be quiet. quiet. You must not make Madame Rosa. She is exhausted after spending days clambering up those mountain paths. Are you? Are you ready to turn in for the night? Well, let me know when you are ready. Madame Rosa is passed out. Don't worry, Florent. I will not tell a soul. Ah, Sazori, I see you managed to make it here without the protections of the Torbed. Most impressive. Now, I wonder if you will require any of my services. It's very late, yet some of you come to seek my service. You need some kind of difficulty, young Gajaz. Very well, I pray that you have a restful sleep. All the tents have been packed away. Are we ready to break camp? We shall go on ahead, Sasori. As soon as you are prepared, aim for the lake to the south of this mountain. We shall await you there. Sorry for the sniffle. Alright, let's do it. Oh shit, I ran right into that one. Oh, there's only 2 monsters in this fight. Alright, moving on. Spin the camera so I can see. Lots of headhunters in the area. Jake Sign, Baby Goyle. This does seem tranquil enough to house the Almighty. Minus the monsters, of course. Pool of the Cave. Ah, there you are. Finally you've joined us. The altar of the Almighty is visible at the bottom of the lake. The question is, how do we access it? So it is visible. Look, Gajos, look at the lake! Can you see? At the bottom, the altar of the Almighty awaits. To restore the Almighty to his rightful place, we must enter that altar. But how could such a thing be done? Shh, please speak quietly. I do not wish for anyone else to hear this conversation. I have something important to say, and since you are Gajos, I believe it is safe for me to tell you. Would you care to hear it? Very well. Yesterday evening, I got up in the middle of the night to answer the call of nature. This is when I saw it. Florin was bathing in the lake. He was shirtless, and I saw it, plain as day. The mark. The same mark that Lala has. My mother told me that 2 people who bear the mark are forbidden from marrying one another. That is why you must keep this a secret. I am fond of both Florin and Lala. I would hate for my actions to make them unhappy. I have a feeling his actions are going to make him unhappy. Ah, phew. That lady's already asleep. Ah, Sasori, I trust the long journey has not left you too fatigued. That is good, then you will be prepared for this shocking news. It seems the 2 sacred items to free the Almighty lie not in the depths of the cave, but within the altar itself. It would appear that I failed to correctly decipher the ancient text. Rather embarrassing, but well, it cannot be helped now. We are holding a meeting to try and devise the means by which we may access the altar in the lake. But if you require any of my services, I will be more than happy to oblige. Alright, we'll save. We ran all this way, might as well. Alright, give me a quick. Okay, sorry about that. Our ancestors were known for their care and consideration. It's unthinkable that they would place the sacred objects in a cave that had become infested with monsters. Oops, I didn't mean to talk to you again. I want to talk to this guy. All this time, we thought the holy objects were in the cave near the lake. Now it transpires that they are in the altar itself, which surely means we must find a method of draining the lake. By my reading of the text, it seems there is a device within the cave that will drain the lake of water. To activate it, however, we must present undeniable proof that we are the chosen people. What such evidence can we possibly provide? We will be sending yourselves and Florin into the cave just as soon as we know what more of what exactly is it that we seek. We are working now on decoding of the ancient text. Perhaps you could rest in a nearby tent in the meantime? Ah, Sassare, I hope you will not mind waiting a little while longer. We must divine what it is that might prove to be proof of our being the chosen people. I fear it may take some time. Gazing at the altar of the Almighty through the pure blue waters of the lake is calming indeed. It is an appropriate reminder of the sublime nature of the Almighty himself. What will become of us when the Almighty has been restored, I wonder? Perhaps we will no longer have to roam the land. Perhaps I will no longer have to take torment lessons. You must be tired. Are you in need of rest? Very well. May the Almighty watch over you. Alright, let's head in. You've awoken. Finally! The elders have discovered how the drain might be, or how the lake might be drained. Yourselves, I must head into the cave without further delay. Madame Rose and the others believe that the mechanism for draining the lake must be activated by using the chimes of the chosen. What better proof of our birthright could there be? We have already been passed down through all generations, but they may have only sounded by be only sounded by a roamer of pure blood. As such, there's no question of you entering the cave alone. I will come with you. Let us do what we can to assist one another. Now come. I don't know if I want to go with you, Florin. You're kind of a dick. Earlier misreadings of ancient texts must seem foolish to you, careless even. But you must understand, it's been many millennia since the Almighty was sealed away. Very few roamers remain who are able to decipher the writings of that period. Young Florin, luckily for you, is one of them. His talent is sure to prove useful inside the cave. If our reading of the ancient text is correct, somewhere within the cave there is a pedestal whereupon the chimes of the chosen must be placed. The lake will be drained when the chimes are sounded by one of the roamer blood. Please, we are counting on you. Please be careful, Florin. You too, of course, Gajos. I thank you for your concern, but it is not necessary. We will have the lake drained by the time Lala and the others arrive. You will see. Poolside Cave, level 1. Oh crap, this is a long... It's a fairly large cave. There's mangoes in here. Aha! Dodged around the mango. Crested vipers. There is actually a fragment in this cave as well. Oh, darn it, manga. The mangoes will come and play another day. Treasure chest is empty. Disgraceful. Even a secret spot such as this has been ransacked by monsters. It would not surprise me if they've already destroyed the treasures bequeathed to us by the Almighty. We must be prepared for anything. Yeah, I figured you guys were gonna want to fight. It seems groups are getting worse and worse at Steps of Faith, and which is funny because it used to be really difficult back in the day. Is that a new type of lips monster? I'm gonna have to fight that and find out. Kissers, I think it is. See you guys later. Yep, that's a new one. Okay, we can't get down there because the water has to be drained. Wow, those Crested Vipers aren't worth shit for EXP. Okay, so this is blocked off, so we have to go down here. Damn it! Rough attacks! The enemy are defeated. Alright, so we have 3 paths actually. Let's go this way first. Let's go up here. This leads to treasure. Mini medal, alright. I'm gonna get into a fight immediately after this. Damn Crested Vipers. Who doesn't know what's going on? Leave. Hey, a poison moth knife. Interesting. Well, that's not fair. There shouldn't be monsters in there. Oh well. It's nothing a good array of bladed boomerangs can't handle. That's a dead end. Thought it might be given the map, but Crested Vipers really aren't that tough. There seems to be a lot of them here, though. What the heck? Mango. Defeated. Alright, so I have a feeling I can fall down here. There's treasure up here though. Let's look at that. It's empty. Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? Damn. There we go. I did it. The mangoes are okay, they're just playing. That one slime who dashed into me and then ran away was hilarious. The slime will always be remembered. Well, the true mango wouldn't be defeated so easily. moving on. Damn narrow passageways. Damn it! This game is not being very friendly today. It's like, you want to be strong enough to wipe us all out that quickly? Well then, we're going to give you as many battles as possible. Of course, there is still more of this cave to explore. A stone engraved with ancient text. Abstinence, the wise men say, will show us the Almighty's way. At least I believe this is what it says. What is it, Cesar? You seem strange. Cesar stares at the text engraved into the stone. Abstinence, the wise men say, will show us the Almighty's way. He can suddenly read the words himself. If I did not know any better, I would say you knew exactly what was written here without my help. Strange indeed. But it seems the effort of reading it has rather worn you down. Do not push yourself too hard now. Yes, it seems the effort of reading has worn you out. This is an intrigue. Or wintrigue. Yeah, gold! Look at that, 5 gold coins. Alright. It's one of these mazes, huh? Guess so. Let's take a look. 15 gold coins. Well, the path is probably most definitely the other way. Looks right to me. $99 EXP. Damn it, I was taking a drink and the game decided to capitalize. Well played, kissers. Well played. Alright. Ah, Seed of Wisdom. Oh, a new monster. Hello, Closser. Closser. It couldn't survive 3 hits, though. I have a feeling it's gonna have some powerful magic, though. Ah, Seed of Magic. Yay, Sesay's magic goes up by 4. There's a heal slime up there. Okay. Some ancient text has been carved into the stone. Florin reads the text. That you are here, this signifies that you have proved both bold and wise. Now prove you are one of the chosen line. And lo, your onward path shall shine. Prove you're of the chosen line. This must mean that we are to present the chimes of the chosen. Florin holds up the chimes of the chosen and allows their sound to echo through the cave. Look at that! Those chimes make such a lovely sound. Ting-a-ling-a-ling. That's what it sounds like. Our ancestors' attempts at keeping the altar of the Almighty hidden from his enemies have made life difficult for us. But our struggles are nearly at an end. Soon the Almighty will be free. As will we all. Look! The spaces between the walks are starting to glow. The chimes that are chosen must have made this happen. Alright, I guess we're fighting the mud puppet. And the headhunter. Or mud mannequins. They are defeated. We are the best. Oh, piss off, walking corpse. Ah, perhaps that. Oh, crap. Ruff is prevented from casting spells. Alright, so perhaps these guys will survive our onslaught. Nope, they did not. Alright. Ruff got fizzled. Yeah, you take 14 damage. No victory for that group. I love how these monsters can just spawn anywhere. Fuckers. Hey, a prayer ring! Those are good, they restore MP. I should actually equip it on her too, as well. Well, that was easy. Yeah, she loses some style, but she gets some defense out of it, so it's worth it. Do you really think we'll be able to drain all the water from the lake? Some more kisses appear. No, I gotta say, I'm really impressed with the changes they made to the battle system. Like I said, I showed Wintrigue some screenshots, or rather she found some screenshots and was confused about the Dragon Quest VII original battle system look, and it wasn't good. But the monsters in this are all animated, they're all nice looking, and yeah. Crap, this guy's waiting for me. He was ready to fuck on me. We did it! Alright, what is this? This is it! This is the mechanism that will allow us to drain the lake. If I place the chimes of the chosen here, the altar of the Almighty will become accessible. Are you ready? Shall I place the chimes on the pedestal? Florin places the chimes of the chosen on the pedestal. The lake should now be drained. Come, let us proceed to the altar of the Almighty. A bard LB'd prematurely in the chrysalis. There was no dragon. You really need to stop giving people the benefit of the doubt. Yeah, I suppose, one trig. People keep doing that. Oh, there's the fragment we're looking for. The yellow fragment. Alright, cool. Huh. Okay, this is the entrance back at the start. Now we can go down here. Get these treasure chests for one. They shouldn't be empty. It's not like people can jump down ledges in this game. I'm happy I'm finally finding mini medals though. Oh, and a whole 15 gold coins, thanks. So we're trying to increase Maribel and Ruff's resilience a bit for the upcoming parts. You did have a ninja? Yeah. Ah, you've returned. When we saw the water draining from the lake, we all hurried down here. Ron Barrow is waiting for you in front of the altar. This place doesn't have a map. The purpose of all our dances is to praise the Almighty. How long we've waited for the day he will finally be restored. By the beard of the Almighty, the altar is larger than I ever imagined. If the ancient texts are correct, this is where the Almighty himself resides, sealed away awaiting his rebirth. The time of our people has come at last. I pray that Lala arrives soon so that the ritual may begin. The scale and beauty of the altar are beyond my wildest imaginations. Lala and the others will be awestruck when they finally lay eyes on it. I am sure. The ritual will soon be starting, will it not? My mother says it will Mother says I must be sure to be brave and proud no matter what happens, and quiet. I cannot but help but feel excited. What form will the Almighty take when he is restored, I wonder? Ah, I envy Lala so. I wish I were the bearer of the Earth Spirit's blood and the dancer of the sacred dance. I have no idea. We might begin to thank you for all you've done for us, young Gajos. Now, young Lala and the others will be arriving soon. The sacred items must be retrieved. You must lose no time in entering the altar. You will accompany our friends once more, Florin. Of course, Madame Rosa. Now, Cesare, it seems that to make our way inside, we must read the engravings on the stone beside the altar. Ah, Cesare, thanks to your efforts, the lake has been drained. Thank you from the bottom of my Romer heart. All that remains now is to retrieve the two sacred items. The Tarband of Truth and the Vestment of Virtue both await us within the altar. You have done so much for us, friend Cesare. It is only right that you retrieve them. Alright, get out of the way so I can read this then. When the Tarband of Truth glows all in gold, our Lord shall awake from his sleep. A maiden's virtue, vestments clad, must dance to the peace to keep. Beyond lies the Tarband of Truth. My destiny awaits. It is time, young Cesare. Time for you to enter the altar. May the Almighty's blessings go with you. Alright. This kind of reminds me of one of the rooms for the boss rooms in Final Fantasy Tactics. These are the two sacred items described in the ancient texts. The Tarband of Truth. This is the instrument I must play. And here is the Vestment of Virtue, in which Lala will perform her dance. Together we will carry out the ritual and the Almighty will be restored. Then I shall be free at last. Free to choose my own path in life, no longer shackled by the destiny of the Romas. Florin takes down the Torben of Truth and the Vestment of Virtue from the wall of the altar. Come, we must return to the clan. They will be keen, I am sure, to see these sacred artifacts for themselves, and to thank you for all you have done for us. Oi, Cesare! Sorry we're late. Lala twisted her ankle and I had to carry her most of the way here. What? Lala's foot is injured? How could you allow such a thing to happen? Were you not supposed to be protecting her? What if she's unable to dance for the ritual? Florin, that is enough. If it were not for Kiefer, I may have endured far greater hardship than a twisted ankle. There's no need to worry about the ritual. My ankle does not hurt anymore. I shall be able to perform the dance. But Lola, I see you've already recovered the Torben of Truth and the Vestment of Virtue. Good, then we must prepare. You're alright, Lola. Here, take my arm. Thank you, Kiefer. I must apologize for being such a burden. It doesn't hurt anymore. Proceeds to limp away and require assistance walking. Lola, wait for me! We are nearly ready, Rombero. We may begin the ritual forthwith. Now, Florin, there is no need to rush. Perhaps you would allow me to examine the Torben of Truth first of all. Rombero takes the Torben of Truth from Florin. Yes, it is as I suspected. The time is not yet right. What? But surely... Look closely. According to the graving beside the stairs, the Almighty will be restored when the Torben of Truth glows golden. Does it seem to be glowing to you? I could not tell you why, my lad, but it seems clear to me that the time for the ritual is not yet nigh. But then when, and how will we know when? We must at least try. If we do not, it may be years before my duty is fulfilled. Please, Flora. You must think about what you are suggesting. What if it did lift the seal, What if it did, and the time were not right? If the Almighty were restored too soon, and the Demon King destroyed him once and for all, we'd have failed utterly in our duty. And then there would be no future for anyone, Romer or otherwise. It is a risk we cannot take. But we have come all this way. You really mean just to give up now? I cannot give up. I will not. The Almighty has led us here to this place on this day for a reason. The time is right for his restoration. It must be. Florin snatches the Torben of Truth from Rombero. Lola, do as I tell you and put on the Vestment of Virtue. You will dance. I order it. Florin, do you really mean to go through with this? I do, and I will need your help. It is time for you to pray. Pray for the restoration of the Almighty. I like how she's just like, alright, that's cool, I'll do it. Nothing happened. Nothing at all. Montbaro was right. The time is not yet nigh for the restoration of the Almighty. I am as disappointed as you, young Florin. But at least now we know for certain. Perhaps you should step down from the altar. Florin, please, there is no need to be downhearted. It is only right that you are desperate to restore the Almighty and bring peace to the world. I know how strong your desire is. We all feel it. But what we have just witnessed does not mean that hope is dead to us. It simply means that we must bide our time. Tomorrow we... No! It is not peace that I desire. My actions are motivated by my own selfish needs. If the Almighty were restored, our destiny would be fulfilled. We roamers would have no need for our laws, and Lala and I could marry. Yes, you heard me correctly. Lala and I cannot marry, for we are both marked by the hand of fate. Florin! My dear Florin, but I remember when you were a boy. I remember when you were born. You did not bear such a mark. You are not wrong, Madame Rosa. Sometimes I can hardly believe it myself. It appeared only a few short years ago. It was faint at first, but not for long. By that time, of course, I had already given my heart to Lala. So I panicked. I thought the only thing I would be able to pursue my heart's desire were if I restored the Almighty and fulfilled my destiny of the roamers. That was my sole motivation. I never considered the grander implications. I never even considered how Lala felt. I have deceived my clan. I have betrayed you all. I acknowledge my guilt, and I will trouble you no longer. Florin hands the Torment of Truth back to Ron Barrow. Florin, wait! Lala, do not be too hasty, girl. What do you mean to achieve by chasing him? Search your heart. Do you really love him? Montbaro, Your kindness now will result in greater pain for the poor boy later if you do not. And besides, though it pains me to say it, the mark cannot be disregarded. You cannot be allowed to marry. The Almighty will not permit it. Now, as we have seen, the time for the restoration of the Almighty is not yet upon us. That being so, we must be patient. It seems our search is not at an end just yet. Before we depart, we should restore the altar to the state in which we found it, Rombarrow. Yes, the lake must be refilled. That would be the best for all concerned. Young Sase, I have a powerful feeling that the fate of our clan and your own destiny are somehow inseparably intertwined. We would not ask so much of you otherwise. And I'm afraid we must ask more of you, yet more of you. Will you return the cave and refill the lake? It is a terrible shame after all you did to drain it, but the altar must be protected in our absence. Removing the chimes of the chosen from the pedestal in which you placed them should cause the waters to return. In the absence of young Florin, I must ask Boldo to accompany you. Boldo, are you willing? Of course, Madame Rosa. We'll have the chimes of the chosen off that pedestal in double time. Can't say I don't wish I were under better circumstances, but I'm glad I'm going with you nonetheless, Cesare. Boldo joins the party. Alright. Now, Lala, dear child, you danced very bravely, but your ankle still troubles you a good deal, does it not? You cannot deceive old Rosa, you know. You are our dancer. An injury to you is an injury to our clan's ability to carry out its destiny. You must not push yourself so. Yes, Madame Rosa, I apologize. Look, I'm sorry to butt in here, but I think I've stayed quite long enough. Now, I'm not saying I don't know how important the clan's destiny and laws and all that stuff is. But you've got to understand that it makes Lala's life really difficult. So how about giving her a break for once? Thank you, Kifa, but there's no need, really. Interesting. It seems you have found someone who understands your plight very well, young Lala. That's something to be grateful for. Very well, everyone. It is a shame that it had to end this way, but all is as the Almighty intends, I am sure. The ritual is over. Let us return to the encampment. Thank you once again, Sasore. Your help is much appreciated. We will await your safe return from refilling the lake back at the encampment. Well, that was eventful. Sorry, they're making you go through all that cave palaver again. Anyway, Lala's ankle started playing up again. I think I better take her back to her tent. You don't mind going to the cave without me, do you? I've danced every day since I was but a girl. I took it for granted. Dancing was simply a part of life. It was my destiny. I thought of my eventual marriage to Florin in the same way. I believed it was simply fate. But when I look at Kiefer, I am ashamed at myself for having ever thought that way. I hope that someday I will be able to determine to carve my own path in the world as he is, to create my own destiny. Our laws exist so that peace may one day return to the world. Our adherence to them shows our commitment to that goal. I hope you understand our positions. Removing the charms of the chosen from the pedestal which you place should cause the waters to return. We would be very grateful if you would grant us this favor, Sasore. Alright, so, I'm going to need to reset my recording because I have not done that in a bit.